Welcome everyone to another epic episode. There's this song that says, "Kancane kancane kuyavela kona, small by beat by beat, the truth is coming out." The CIC says, "I'm not Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's father." Why do you ask me? Why don't you ask Mbuyiseni Ndlozi? I know not of any whereabouts of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi because before we went to the conference, I never spoke with him, and even after the conference, I never spoke with him. So I don't know what is happening with him. Even him saying that he's resigning from parliament. I was out on the vacation with my wife, and that is when I got the news. That's what the CIC said. So bit by bit, the truth is coming out about what happened to the CIC and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. So Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, there's a video I've made again, and I've explained and given a history that Floyd Shivambu did declare that he is close with Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, like a brother to brother. But he called the relationship that he has with the CIC to be that of a gangster relationship. And he explains why. I want us to look at some of the things that Floyd said about Julius Malema's character, because he went for his character, right? So meaning that, can it happen that there was a default along this 11-year journey, that maybe Floyd grew weary about how Julius Malema is treating other people, and how Julius Malema has this ego, this pride, and being disrespectful and calling other people names. And Floyd says that he never ever wanted to be part of those politics.
I think so if you were to go to the interview that we did in the when I was still in the EFF, and then he asked me the question, what is the relationship with the president of the EFF? I said this political relationship, actually made an emphasis on, it's a political relationship that we had. Yeah, and of course, because we work in the same spaces, we'll end up doing so many things together. If there's a family gathering, you'll get to know and then support each other and all of those things there. But the relationship was political relationship. And
that's interesting.
That is how it is. And I have no bad feelings about anyone, like generally. Leave the people that I work with. Generally, I don't have any personal feelings against anyone. Like I relate far much easier with comrades in the ANC. Like I talk to everyone. Like I'll talk to the comrades that we led with in the ANC. Like I talk to Andre Lungisa. I talk to Lebogang Maile for a very long time on the phone. I talk to Lamula, like about so many issues. I talk to everyone. Like I get to have political discussions with them, even if we're in different political organizations. I still talk to some of the comrades in the EFF, except those who feel like they might be doubted for having engagements with me. I generally don't have problems with anyone, but I'm able to distinguish that there's a political relationship and like so-called brotherhood and everything else. Because sometimes this so-called brotherhood, it's not brotherhood, it borders on gangsterism, a gangster relationship that we're together. If a person is wrong, we can call each other to order.
And he accuses Julius Malema of being now the mastermind behind all these, what I've just revealed now. So this is character assassination. And now the CIC comes and say, Dalimpofu and Floyd Shivambu are the worst betrayers. He has nothing to say about them. JJ must ask them on how they betrayed him. What does Floyd Shivambu and Dalimpofu have to say about this? Did they respond to this accusation, being called betrayers? Let us hear here.
Floyd Shivambu, you formed this thing with him. You guys have
more than brothers, friends, comrades, you name it. You lost Dalimpofu, who was to be your chairman of your organization. You just recently now have Mbuyiseni Ndlozi resign from parliament. Let's start with these two, Floyd and Dali. Be frank with me about what gap that has left in the EFF. What is the impact of the departure of people who are literally co-founders with you in a movement like the EFF?
They have no impact.
Whatsoever, nothing. They don't even have a constituency.
No. Did you see that NPA? Did you feel any vacuum? You were there. Did you feel like there's something missing because so and so is not here? This animal is bigger than individuals. They have no impact. What impact will Dalimpofu have?
All right, let's put it this way. Surely they contributed in this 10, 11 years
Yes.
of building.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the role that you can, if you were to write your biography?
No.
And there was a chapter on Floyd and a chapter on Dali. What would summarize those chapters in terms of their contribution?
The heading will be the two betrayers. That will be the heading of the chapter. And that's what I will contribute in that book.
Like, you defend each other even when a person is doing wrong things, is now venturing into wrong politics of being boastful and doing wrong things in public and everything else, and disrespecting people, and then you don't say anything because of brotherhood. You must be able to call out certain things that this is unacceptable and everything else. And if you realize that, so those things of the personal relationship can't override a political principle in the relations with everyone. So if a comrade misbehaves or does things which you realize that this is wrong, you must be able to call each other to order. Like, it's not gangster relationship where you say we'll die together. It doesn't work like that. And by the way, this characterization, I used to say this when we were in the National Executive Committee of the ANC Youth League. So, you know, Pulemabe was the Treasurer General of the ANC Youth League. So I used to say to the president of the ANC Youth League, now current president of the EFF, that me and you are going to be buried next to each other. Wow. All the time. And then later on he went to engage in other activities, like to collaborate with those who were dealing with him. Now, I used to say that I'll never say that. I'll never. Like, if it's a political relationship, like, you can't promise to die next to each other in a political relationship. It's based on principle.
Sure.
If principle shifts, then we no longer relate the same way that we related before. So if you realize that there's certain areas of just divergence from what should define a revolutionary, you must be able to say, but this is not what I signed up for.
But this whole hullabaloo is built around that lie. You cannot build a progressive platform on a lie, you know, but let's put that aside. The issue about going to MK is because I personally, as a South African, I can go and I can join the Freedom Front Plus if I want. You can join the DA if you want. That's what we fought for. So I, Dalimpofu, believe that the platform that is going to take us quicker to total liberation, to the unity of our people, which has eluded us for more than 350 years, is Umkhonto weSizwe.
So now you've heard Floyd Shivambu, you've heard Dalimpofu. They are saying that they are grown-ups. They are people who have made their decision consciously, using their brain, and they have moved. And what they emphasize is that they do not belong to any organization or any individual. They are grown and they are at their own. Because when Mbuyiseni Ndlozi now started to not tell the CIC anything about the deputy president of the time, Floyd Shivambu, leaving the EFF, because Floyd did say, as I've explained, that they were close like brothers, meaning they shared even personal information. But now, before the NPA, the CIC was getting, rebuking, and calling out those who have betrayed him and even gave gestures to say some of these ones they sing, they are your favorites. And we all went to say, this one, these characteristics, it exactly fits to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. And you know what? We were not wrong, because after conference upon conference, meeting upon meeting, media briefing upon media briefing, the CIC was lashing against Mbuyiseni Ndlozi without calling his name. But you will hear that when you read between the lines, this is directed to someone who has betrayed the CIC very strongly. And now that person that is claimed to betray the CIC has kept silence. Even the silence of that person came under attack, to say that when the EFF is attacked by its enemies, you decided to keep quiet and not to say anything. That is the last time we saw the participation of Mbuyiseni Ndlozi in anything. The only thing that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi that was rumored that he has done was to renew his membership. That's all. But the communication between him and the CIC has been broken. Then the cause of death was Floyd Shivambu, exposed right, this disagreement between the CIC and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. So this, as a result, became a fallout. So there was no communication because of that default. So now when journalists kept on persisting and asking the CIC was not so very happy. He became so annoyed and spoke very aggressively against Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's absence, saying that this organization cannot be held ransom by just one individual. No one is bigger than this organization, directing this to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, and declared that any leader of the EFF that did not make it to the NPA is not part of the leadership. That is when we knew that Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is out in the EFF, right? But now let's go back to Floyd. I want us just before I close this video, I want us to look at what are some of the things that Floyd Shivambu exposed here.
If a person is wrong, we can't call each other to order. Like, you defend each other even when a person is doing wrong things, is now venturing into wrong politics of being boastful and doing wrong things in public and everything else, and disrespecting people, and then you don't say anything because of brotherhood.
So what I like about this war of these four giants of the EFF, which is the CIC Julius Malema, is Floyd Shivambu, is Dalimpofu, and Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. What I like about these four is that they know each other's secret. They know each other's what? Secret. So any move, any one of these one, any wrong move that he does, he'll be exposed easily, because they've been working together. These people have been working together for over 11 years. So now comes Floyd, says that the CIC is doing cheap politics. He is name dropping others and slandering them, speaking ill about the names of others. And he said this was not the politics that he wanted. And he says that the CIC has a tendency of disrespecting other people.
And that's my word.
Yes, I know that I've shown you this video, and I did say that one of the person who was mostly disrespected was Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. That is why even in parliament they called him the servant, a boy of the CIC, being used by the CIC, being commanded, giving the CIC water, being pushed around in many times, and you know what? It's just a mess. So Floyd cried foul and said that the CIC is disrespecting others, and not only that, he said that the CIC is arrogant. I'm not saying that, I'm saying what Floyd has exposed about the CIC as much as what the CIC has exposed about them. So now he says that the CIC is arrogant. He has this pride as if everything is about himself. That is why I said when I started, bit by bit, the truth is coming out. And I did say that this war has started even before the formation of the MK party, but it was Cold War. It was silent amongst the leaders. But when the MK party came and gave another alternative to people such as Dalimpofu and Floyd Shivambu, that is when they decided to jump ship and to join another political party. But now for the CIC to say that they've betrayed him, then we'll wait for their response. I'm sure they will respond on this. You and I will let us just wait and not maybe assume, because we'll end up talking another direction. Then let us meet on the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and to leave a comment. You can press even the super thanks button. Until we meet next time, and I'm out.